A snail is a shelled gastropod. The name is most often applied to land snails, terrestrial pulmonate gastropod molluscs. However, the common name snail is also used for most of the members of the molluscan class Gastropoda that have a coiled shell that is large enough for the animal to retract completely into. When the word snail is used in this most general sense, it includes not just land snails, but also numerous species of sea snails and freshwater snails. Gastropods that naturally lack a shell or have only an internal shell are mostly called slugs, and land snails that have only a very small shell that they cannot retract into are often called semi-slugs. Snails have considerable human relevance, including as food items, as pests, and as vectors of disease, and their shells are used as decorative objects and are incorporated into jewelry. The snail has also had some cultural significance, tending to be associated with lethargy. The snail has also been used as a figure of speech in reference to slow-moving things. The snail is the same or similar shape as the cochlea. Snails' eating habits vary widely, with some being generalists and some being specialist feeders. Snails feed at night. They feed primarily on decaying organic matter. Their diet also includes fungi, lichens, green foliage, worms, centipedes, insects, animal feces, carrion, and other slugs. Some snails feed on other snails too. There are a variety of snail control measures that gardeners and farmers use in an attempt to reduce damage to valuable plants. Traditional pesticides are still used, as are many less toxic control options, such as concentrated garlic or wormwood solutions. Copper metal is also a snail repellent, and thus a copper band around the trunk of a tree will prevent snails from climbing up and reaching the foliage and fruit. A layer of a dry, finely ground and scratchy substance such as diatomaceous earth can also deter snails. The decolite snail, Rumina decolata, will capture and eat garden snails. And because of this, it has sometimes been introduced as a biological pest control agent. However, this is not without problems, as the decolate snail is just as likely to attack and devour other gastropods that may represent a valuable part of the native fauna of the region. Reproduction. Snails are hermaphrodites, meaning they possess both male and female reproductive organs. However, they still typically require a partner to mate. During mating, they exchange sperm, and each snail fertilizes the eggs of the other. After fertilization, snails lay eggs, which are usually enclosed in a protective jelly-like substance. These eggs hatch into small snails that develop within the egg casing. Ecological roles. Snails play important roles in various ecosystems. They help to break down organic matter, contributing to nutrient cycling. They can also be food sources for many animals, including birds, mammals, and other invertebrates. Additionally, some snails are known for their ability to regulate algae growth in aquatic environments. Human interaction. Snails have been used by humans in various ways throughout history. Some species are considered pests in agriculture, as they can damage crops and gardens. However, certain types of snails are also harvested for human consumption, particularly in some European cuisines. The shells of snails have also been used for decorative purposes and in jewelry. Overall, snails are fascinating creatures with diverse adaptations that have allowed them to thrive in a variety of environments. If you have any specific questions about snails or related topics, feel free to ask. Snails can indeed cause damage in agriculture, particularly in regions where certain species are abundant and conditions are favorable for their population growth. The damage caused by snails in agriculture can be significant and can impact various types of crops. Here are some ways in which snails can be detrimental to agriculture. Crop consumption. Many snail species are herbivores and feed on plant material. They can eat leaves, stems, and fruits of a wide range of crops, including vegetables, grains, fruits, and ornamental plants. This can lead to reduced crop yields, quality degradation, and economic losses for farmers. Seedlings and young plants. Snails are particularly fond of tender young plants and seedlings. They can consume or damage these plants before they have a chance to establish themselves, resulting in poor plant growth and and stand establishment. Transmission of plant diseases. Snails can carry and transmit certain plant pathogens, such as bacteria and viruses, from one plant to another. This can contribute to the spread of diseases within agricultural fields.